so there's no communication. Hey, walk towards us again, please. You gotta have something that you keep them here under control. This one, it works for me, but I know how difficult it is because I do this all the time. And while I can get her under control, it's difficult for someone that doesn't have as much experience. So the prong collar will be actually a lot more gentle and more effective. There's several different types of prong collars. Okay. It's really important to have, every dog is different, so it's not always the same. Okay. We're using the prong collar to give her directions right now. So it's not to correct her, it's not to be punishing her, but I've got to teach her that when she feels a little bit of pressure, to just kind of rotate with me like this. That was really good. When I stop, I should be able to kind of put her on par. She's just hanging out next to me now. You don't want her pacing around, pulling, smelling everything. She just kind of like control herself. And we're not going to wait until she's lunging. You got to watch her body language. You know she's a reactive dog. So if any dog comes towards me right now, I know she's going to get uncomfortable. So what I do, I give her directions. Come, leave it. Very gentle. I don't have to be punishing her. I give her directions. Now, if that doesn't work, then I'm going to get firmer with her because I'm telling her, I already told you, leave it alone, and you're not respecting that. So I'm going to correct her for that. Because those are some things that, you know, we don't want her to, if she gets away with that, you have an out-of-control dog that's going to bite the dog. It's going to hurt someone. It's going to get her in trouble. So we got to be really strict with it. So she gets uncomfortable. She gets defensive. If you don't do anything about it, like even from far away, all the way over there, she's going to look at the dog and she's already going to be like, oh, there's a dog coming. She's going to start getting prepared to, in her mind, what she needs to do about it, you know? So if you don't do anything, she's going to get really uncomfortable and then become reactive because her natural response is to try to scare them away. She could be the aggressor, but really it's coming from like insecurity. The first thing is actually just establish leash manners, okay? Leave it. Come. Make her walk away from that a little bit. Just a little bit, just taught her that when something is happening that it makes her uncomfortable, she looks at us for directions. If you have the right collar, everything that we're telling her, we reinforce everything. The prong collar just takes away from having to choke your dog out and really use a lot of tension because I'll show you how it works with them, but it basically communicates with them through the sensation. The sensation of the collar that it delivers to the dog's neck is going to allow you to communicate with them. So I will switch to this one. You want to make sure that you have the right type of prong collar for your dog. Every dog is a little different. So there's a few different types of prong collars out there. You want to make sure that you have the right type and the right size and you have the right fit for your dog. The most basic thing, you can let go of the leash. The most basic thing is that the closer it is behind the ears and snuggly, the less pressure you have to apply because this is a sensitive area. And so when I apply a little bit of pressure, it communicates with the dog. So everything that I want to establish from day one, you have to make a list of how should your dog behave. If you let your dog go and smell everything that they want when you go to the pet store, they're always going to go in there and check out everything again. They explore with their nose, but they don't have to do it every time. It's like a kid touching things and you tell them like, no, you cannot touch. Basics, again, walking there, she's always on the left side. You never go and try to, like, let's say you're here, you don't go there and position yourself. And then she moves over here and you're constantly like adjusting yourself like this. She's doing exactly what I want her to do. This is really important, a lot of people do this, hold the dog like this all the time. You know, there's a lot of things because you're expecting to have to hold them back. Now also don't become too comfortable either. Like I'm talking to you, but I'm very aware of her. I'm relaxed because I know I can quickly grab this. Now you want to switch from also not having to use pressure all the time. So pressure becomes where you only use it to reinforce. Like if I walk, come. No pressure. She walked, she stopped when I told her. Heel. Sit. Guidance. But if she didn't respond, I would go ahead and reinforce with pressure. Again, the reason the dogs respond so well is because they know I'm reinforcing everything. You're not confusing them by applying pressure at the wrong time, not applying pressure when you should because she's doing the wrong thing. You have to be very on point. I call it being on point with your dog. So she knows exactly what I want for her and becomes easy for her to do. Come. Actually, with a lot of dogs, there's a lot going on. But see how she's following my body language. And if I do the touch to get her attention, all this is going to keep her more focused on what I want from her. What does her body language tell you right now? She was a little confused. It's a new environment. She wants to respond to me, but this is very scary. There's a lot of things going on. She's very unsure. I could have done a slight amount of pressure. She would respond to me. She wants me to tell her, this is what you need to do in this situation. Her whole body language is telling me like, I want to do what you tell me to do. I don't want to do the wrong thing. Wow. And that's with most dogs. Some dogs, they learn to get away with things, and then it does become a little bit more difficult. No jumping. Sit. Okay, let me pass her back to you for a little bit.
My name is Susie Thompson.
And where did you come from today?
I actually am here in Richmond, Virginia.
So local.
I'm very local.
And what's your pup's name?
My dog's name is Sealy. Miss Sealy loves the color purple. I had wanted to take a training course with my dog because she's aggressive towards other dogs. And I was just scrolling through TikTok and I came across Dog Daddy. And I was very impressed at how he was handling the dogs and all. And then he said he had a YouTube page. I went to the YouTube page and I saw him with his 5 dogs, and I was like, that's very impressive. Then it said scroll down if you want to take a training class, and I was so fortunate to have it be here this weekend because it was only 3 days ago that I saw this TikTok, and I am so glad that I did and I got into this class.
Have you ever tried other trainers?
No, I tried to do some self-training, and that's why I was pretty much looking at TikTok when I came across Dog Daddy. And just the way he was handling the dogs, I was saying, I need to do that, you know. Cost was not an issue. I didn't care what it cost. I liked the way he could handle the dogs, and we got in it.
What do you think about the training so far, and what progress have you seen with your dog?
So far, the training has been everything I expected it to be, and I am so pleased at the fact that I can actually stand here without my dog jumping around and growling. I mean, it's a work in progress, but she has done so well today. I am very impressed. I couldn't ask for more. Couldn't ask for more. I learned how to properly let her walk on my left side. I learned how to give a tug to the prong collar to get some kind of response from her, and it has been very effective. And I didn't know how to do those things at first. I had a prong collar, but I didn't know how to use it. Dog Daddy taught me how to use that prong collar. I cannot wait to take her to PetSmart in the morning because I feel comfortable that I can walk her and she won't pull me through the store. I can't wait.
Yeah, but we told people we were coming here, and I will definitely follow up and tell them how effective it was, for sure. I would recommend it to anybody.
Yeah, because at times we were afraid to have people over at the house because we didn't know how she was going to react, but I think we feel a little bit more comfortable right now.
That's awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
appreciate it.